What is going on, Animafia? How are we doing today? Welcome back to episode 3 of Animonium. Phobic, Foul, and Slim, as always. We got some pretty fire topics for you guys today. So without further ado, if you guys have anything to say before we get into it.
Toei, knock your shit off.
I am speaking so earnestly and so honestly for the entire anime only and anime caught up One Piece communities. Y'all promised us quality consistently after a 6-month break just earlier this year. This 12-month period, this calendar year. That ended in April, and your consistency of great animation on the episodes that have followed since has not been there. If you're gonna break again, which they've done as of August 31st on the One Piece anime, they need to really fucking bring it this time. Because don't get me wrong, Vincent Chanzer did his thing with Luffy versus Kizaru. It's bad enough that Oda takes a break every week for his health, which is fine. That's bad enough. We don't need the anime taking a break every fucking week when they're only adapting half a page in the first place.
Yeah,
I'm not on board with that whole One Piece pacing is garbage bandwagon. But they do not adapt a chapter per episode, which is fine in most cases, across most anime even. But if y'all are not going to be adapting a chapter per episode on this weekly anime that is now 1,140 episodes long, fucking stop breaking and bring us real, true consistency with the quality if you're going to. I get it. Y'all been animating it as long as Oda's been writing it. I totally get it. Y'all want to break from it too. I know you're sick and tired of seeing Luffy's stupid smiling face. I know you're sick and tired of Zoro getting lost, which you guys started, by the way. Y'all started that gag. Oda ran with it. I know you're sick and tired of slandering Sanji's character throughout the entire Egghead arc. Well, maybe you're not because you keep doing it, but I need Toei. I need someone who sees this, who knows someone who knows someone who knows someone at Toei needs to send this to them and let them know we're sick of it. Give us consistency, regardless of quality, or stop breaking. This is the anime that should not have lost to Solo Leveling for Anime of the Year. It only did because of your 6-month hiatus.
well,
Let's be 100% about that.
Disrespect Solo Leveling either. Solo Leveling's pretty heat.
No, I'm not saying nothing bad about it. I'm just telling you straight. If One Piece hadn't been on 6-month break, it wouldn't have lost to it. Maybe something else would have taken it, but Solo Leveling wouldn't have. Now that my tirade is almost over, I round out by saying once again, this break, you didn't disclose how long it's going to be this time. It's annoying us. It is annoying everyone who's a fan of One Piece, even the people who only read the manga. Stop it and bring us good quality shit for what's coming up in the last 19 episodes of the Egghead arc. Go back to the 90s style for Elbaf. I don't care. Bring us some good quality shit for what's happening in the rest of Egghead. Egghead Part 3 needs to go fucking insane for you to justify this break again. I'm done. Tirade over.
My man's laid it out, plain and simple. I knew there was a lot,
bullshit, bro.
but I knew there was a lot of episodes. By the way, I'm the noob, so this is okay for me to question this. 1,100, almost 1,200 episodes.
Bro, we're on chapter 1158 in the manga.
That's nuts.
And mind you, there are 24 movies. 3 of them are confirmed canon. 6 more can be placed in canon throughout the entire East Blue early Grand Line saga.
Yeah.
Because they basically, each one is basically a new Straw Hats debut movie up until Strong World. In Strong World, that was Frankie and Brooke's debut movie because they didn't get their own. But, oh, Stitchy, you got your heart? But each of the 6 movies, the first movie was Luffy's Zoro Nami. The second movie had Usopp. The third movie had Sanji. The fourth movie had Chopper. The fifth movie had Robin. The sixth had all of them. And then Strong World had Frankie and Brooke. And Strong World is one of the 3 that is confirmed canon.
Fun fact, I
So
actually
there's a lot of fucking content.
I can't wait to
actually-
get into One Piece. I want to save it for last because of how big it is. Like it's
Brother,
a lot to
you
get
don't
into.
want to save it for last. The way people are coming out with spoilers right now and the theories, oh my fucking god! Don't get me started on the theory I just saw because it makes so much fucking sense.
And I will say, when it comes,
It actually hurts me how much sense it makes. It physically wrenches my soul.
and I will just to add to that, you definitely don't want to wait, just because the longer you wait, one, the more it's going to be to catch up
Well,
on.
we gotta
in
finish
general.
Naruto, bro.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like you said, like you're gonna
Or-
wait till like the end and like your last series
No, I'm not
type
waiting no
shit.
year.
And it watched 2 or
Nah.
3 at a time.
I mean, come on, bro. We banged out what was it? Hunter x Hunter in 2.5, 3 weeks, not even, and that wasn't even like straight shooting it. Like that was like with work and
Yeah, I was
Like,
gonna
we're-
say, I was just about to say, like, not to be that guy, but if I was watching it myself, it would have been like 5, 6
it'd be
days
3 days.
tops.
Yeah, or however much time, But yeah,
For context, caught up on the Black Clover anime, all 170 episodes in about 3 or 4 days, and then from there, at the time, there were 60 manga chapters where the anime
yeah.
left off, and it took me a day and a half, really only 2 to 3 hours of actual reading to catch up
Wait,
from there.
170 episodes in 3 to 4 days, bro. What in the jobless activity?
This was 2022. This was like peak
Fair.
jobless phobic.
there worse? you should have seen my
Dude, I
binge when I
remember
was on
sit-
Dragon
dude, I
Ball.
remember sitting in the asbestos trailer after showering out and everything and reading
Asbestos
like
trailer.
5 or 6 chapters at a time. Like,
Yeah, bro. I
Dude,
mean,
my Dragon Ball binge was not much behind that. It was bad. Like we're talking like it was like close to 16 hours a day of just straight Dragon Ball. I was depressed.
I can't even lie. I was
like
I'm
I'll man up and say it, but
I've brought it up before, but like I said, when I used to catch up on Naruto, I would rewatch the entire series, game, story, everything, and
Right.
all. And I probably sat. This was before I had a job. I probably sat there for 10 to 12 hours a day watching Naruto. I feel in my living
are we
room.
allowed to watch party this? Like eventually, are we allowed to watch party stuff?
Yeah, eventually.
It's
It would
like
be
okay,
cool.
cool.
yeah, we
It's
can't show
internal.
I feel like we
the
should definitely
screen
do that
itself,
for,
but we
in
can
person.
show our reactions with the audio in the background. Yes.
Okay, all right, yeah. Ideas for later.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that's something we could do in later arcs of Shippuden once we get like the ball rolling with everything
Right.
and get you closer to caught up.
Well, if we are done with that topic, we can move on to what will be part 1 of the Sasuke retrieval mission with Shane. So we're breaking it up into 2 parts for 2 reasons. One, over the last week, it's just been scheduling issues with actually catching up further. But the spot that we have left off at is actually with the Sand siblings showing up and interfering with the respective fights. And I feel like that's a perfect place to actually break it off into 2 parts, because from that point on, it really is the climax of the arc. So we can kind of just start from the rip and then cover this part of the arc. Next week, we will cover what's to come. I'm not going to say what's to come for Shane's sake, but what's to come for sure. Anyways, though, for question number 1 of the Sasuke retrieval arc, how did you think Shikamaru handled the pressure of being promoted to a Chunin and immediately being tasked with leading the Sasuke retrieval team?
An S rank mission, mind you.
Was it an
Honestly, I
S-rank
think
mission?
I think they
It
was it.
it's S rank.
Well, I just mean like, no, I just mean like when it was assigned to him, not when it
I
turned
don't think there was a
into.
ranking assigned when he was given
Gotcha.
the mission.
Gotcha. I definitely agree. It turned into an S rank mission. I just didn't recall it being stated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think he honestly did his thing up to the point to where we're at now. Because I was just like, Don't get me started on Rock Lee, bro. Don't get me started on Rock Lee. Holy shit.
I
But
think
for
we
the
found
most part,
Shane's favorite character.
dude, he's an underdog. He's not my favorite, but I felt terrible when he was hurt the way he was. Like, I knew there was going to be something, but I didn't think it was going to be that badass. Like, be real. I honestly, for how swift and fast all of it was, it seemed like he was already apically fit for what it was. But now, like I said, since Sasuke is kind of out of the box, he did good up until that point. Rock Lee really took the show.
We're talking about Shikamaru, bro. We're not talking about Rock Lee.
No.
I mean,
No.
it was
That's
a
what I'm
natural
talking about.
progression.
I'm talking about dude that had Sasuke in the box, correct?
No, that's Kimimaru. Shikamaru is the leader of the mission.
Gotcha. I'm gonna need to. I need a face. I need a face because I literally thought that.
Shikamaru?
Yeah. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Okay, this guy. Decent.
Bro needed a face for
I want to say
Shikamaru, that's
decent. Like, he's
crazy.
not going nuts, but for the most part, he's really keeping up. Like, I honestly thought that this character was going to be taken out very, very quick. Or, like, if his time came, it was going to be like, all right, he just got shit on. But for the most part, honestly, his ability really helps him out. Like, in senses. Because it's almost like it's OP to a stronger enemy, unless they already know or know what's coming or how to avert it. But I think he's honestly doing a kick-ass job for how hard and how many things are going on. Like, it is to keep them together, or, you know, like everything, and then also the brain fuck. When everybody thought, like, Naruto thought he fucked them over,
Mm-hmm.
and then he just turns around and it's actually a tactic. And it was just like, all right, chill out, Naruto, and chill out, everybody. Like, he's not actually gonna fuck us all over. Like, he's literally giving it his all. He literally said, "I will put my life on the line." So honestly, he's killing it. He's killing it. I didn't expect him out of all of them to be leading this pack. Honestly, I honestly thought it was gonna be somebody like not too crazy above him, but like, I don't know, like, I'm not gonna say Naruto right now. He needs to get his shit together still. But
So the
Well,
reason
somebody like Sasuke, for instance.
So the reason that Naruto, for example, or any of the other genin that tagged along can't lead the mission is because of the fact that they are genin. You cannot lead a mission until you become a chunin, and that's where the first part of that question with Shikamaru handling the pressure of being promoted to a chunin and then right away taking this mission on.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's where that part of it comes in.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I personally feel like he handled it extremely well. I mean, dude,
Yeah.
he was not just thrown into the fire. It was his first day on the job. The store is on fire. There's a customer beating an associate in the back. A pipe burst in the bathroom, and
I remember
dude
that.
had to wrangle the fire department in there because they were all fucking first day newbies who were scared chicken shit. And he still managed to get the hell flames out. Like, I don't know how he did it.
I was just really impressed overall with Shikamaru's what's the word? His formation for the team, as well as his reasoning / logic behind it. His ability to come up with that formation and the reasoning behind it on such short notice, because yeah, Naruto may have been a lock for, all right, I'm obviously going to bring Naruto to go get Sasuke, but everyone else
Yeah.
he just went and found, like, you know what I mean? So that team was literally just put together on the spot, and Shikamaru was able to utilize their specific strengths and abilities almost to its fullest for the formation. I mean, he literally just became a Chunin. This is his first time leading a mission. He just has this team scraped together, and he's calling shots
That's what
like
I'm saying.
that.
And on top of him being him, I'm not putting him down and saying that he's like a weak character or anything, but like, it was very unexpected for him out of all to lead the pack. And like you said, scrape them all up together. Now that I remember, because I did mix those two up. I honestly had them dead switched.
How
Now I
on
know.
earth you switched Lee
know,
and
you know.
Shikamaru is crazy.
The
He-
fact that I
he
actually
switched
haven't said all the
Kimimaru
names
and
out
Shikamaru.
loud
That's
is the
what it
problem.
was.
I need to start
Oh,
saying
God.
names out loud. Like, that's my problem.
So, kind of branching off of that question, what does this? And again, obviously Naruto was a lock. It's fucking Sasuke. But what does the
Right.
selection of Choji, Neji, and Kiba for the team reveal about the Leafs' available resources and priorities at the time? Hit him with a
So we got
doozy.
those three. Yeah, you
Yeah.
did. I want to repeat. Yeah, I really gotta I want to try to answer this as best as I
So,
can.
what does the selection of Choji, Neji, and Kiba for the team reveal about the Leafs' available resources and priorities at the time?
Keep in mind what
They're
happened
very
2 arcs
well.
prior too.
Keep in mind what?
What happened 2 arcs prior? The Konoha Crush.
Gotcha. See, there's still so much going on in there. I'm trying to wrap it up, but basically, my general off dome remembering it because since I'm photographic, I need to get like cheat sheets going. But pretty much, their well-roundedness, they work decent together. I'm trying to conjure it up in my head.
So,
So keep in mind
Give me some
also,
more context
Tsunade
here,
sent a squad of 4 Jonin, 4 elite Jonin after the Sound 4 first, and they ended up coming back beaten to pulp.
Oh shit.
She still needed to send someone after Sasuke because he's the only remaining Uchiha member. They can't have those eyes falling into enemy hands, let alone Orochimaru's.
and just to
Right.
add to that, I'm
Right.
actually pretty sure that they were in the woods on unrelated business and they happened to sense the Sound 4 passing by.
You know, I think you're right. You could definitely be right, but I also thought they were pursuing them.
They started
least
pursuing them after sensing them, like, yo, what the fuck? Y'all sense that too?
Okay.
And then and that was like, oh damn, these Jonin just got fucked up by these guys, and we already know that our Genin squad is chasing after these guys, so what's this gonna mean?
Right.
Oh no, because didn't Tsunade get Shikamaru and tell him to assemble a squad after Genma and all them came back and reported that the Sound had Sasuke?
Something along those
Because
lines.
Tsunade didn't know because Sasuke left overnight.
Yeah, it was something along those lines, but I'm pretty
And
sure.
Sakura was still out cold on the
Pretty
bench when he
sure.
found her.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure though that they were just out there coincidentally. They weren't sent out there for the sake of chasing.
Yeah, no, yeah, but yeah, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, they're the ones who reported it to Tsunade that
Yeah.
Sasuke was with them, and then that's when she got Shikamaru. I could have events mixed up, but I think that's what happened.
So we got
So-
Nenji, Chuji, and
Kiba, bitch boy.
Kiba. Oh my god, yeah, you don't like him.
Oh my
Interesting
god.
squad.
I would love to hear you try to defend him in this arc, Tom. Go ahead. The
I'm
floor is
not
yours.
defending him. I'll defend his dog.
Dude,
The dog's cool.
Dude, he's an arrogant bastard. I get it. He's not the most likable guy on the fucking planet. But
He's a
he's
dick too.
actively trying to help save Sasuke, even though he doesn't. He straight up says he doesn't fucking like the guy. Even Shikamaru said that. Like, the fact of the matter is, Kiba showed the fuck up. He put the fucking work in. I get it. He's not your favorite character. He's nobody's favorite character. It's fucking Kiba Inuzuka. Okay? But, like, let's not shit on the man who
No,
was
let's-
not solely, but, like, partially super responsible for tracking Sasuke down through the freaking forest for as long as they did. I mean, he was up front sniffing him out the whole time. If he wasn't there, this shit doesn't happen.
And if he wasn't there, a lot of annoying ass comments that didn't need to be made that made me want to reach through the fucking manga panel and punch him in the face don't happen.
He's a sore loser surrounded by people he knows can whoop his ass. He's insecure. You would be too. You'd be making fucking comments like that too.
I don't know, bro. I'd probably take the Neji route, like, because Neji was there too after getting his shit rocked by Naruto.
He can whoop some asses in that group. Kiba can't.
Yeah, but my point is, Neji lost to Naruto after talking so much more shit and like so much more philosophical shit as well to Naruto, and then gets his shit rocked.
Naruto didn't change Kiba's philosophy. He changed Neji. So Neji was like, you know.
That's what I'm saying though. Neji
Kiba didn't have that.
Neji took
Kiba
the
was
graceful
like, "Damn, I
route.
got my ass-
Kiba
I got
took
my
the
ass kicked,
bitch
and now I
route.
gotta save face. Like,
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So it's a very interesting
Look, I
squad.
get he's not the greatest character in the arc, but the shitting on him, ugh.
Listen, I don't
I
even know
like
if
that
I should
guy,
say it. Should I
okay?
say it? Do I say it? Because they're just gonna keep adding on. This is my only add-on. But when he turned around and was addicted to Choji, bro, I wanted to literally punch him in the throat. I wanted Choji to get up and eat him like the last chip in the bag, bro. Like, for real. Like, that shit did piss me off because I was like, damn, why is Dan hating? And then he paused it, gave me context. Not even a couple minutes later, that comment was made. I was like, yeah, fuck this guy. But very plausible points. You know, supposedly none of this even happens or they can't track them. But honestly, these three together, and you said there was a prioritization. What was the?
It's just like, what does it reveal about the Leafs'
It
available
reveals
resources at the time? That they had to send these Genin, that was the best team that they could put together.
That Shikamaru could put together specifically because he had carte blanche.
I guess what's so special is like, for instance, when they all got stuck in that like concavement, I don't exactly remember what jutsu or what that was called, the dome.
Yeah, Jirobo's
But
Earth Barrier. We'll just call it that. I
I
forget the
mean,
exact
they
name.
all had their specifics to basically figure out and go against this foe to get out of that. I mean, you know, you got Nenji, his vision. You got what's his name? Fucking sniffed something out. Somebody found the weak point. Like there was just a bunch of things, and then you got Choji. Choji just fucking said fuck it. After the weak point was found, just bust through, and then it's just honestly, I think it was a pretty good squad.
So I'm actually happy you brought up that part of the arc, because that was another example pretty early into the mission that really highlighted Shikamaru's battle IQ and prowess, because
Right.
he
That's
was
what
the one
surprised
to
me.
see the weak point. And I think something
Right.
important to keep in mind is, at this point, while they were under Jirobo's jutsu, again, I forget the exact name of it, so I'm gonna call it the Earth Dome.
We can
But
just call it Earth Barrier or whatever for
all right,
now.
but
I
when
looked it
they're
up at
in
first, but
that, they're also
quickly,
actively having their chakra drained from them. So by the
yes.
time Shikamaru figures out everything, like he's having his chakra drained, and he's still focusing his energy on observing everything and setting up this ploy to find out where Jirobo's talking from, etc., to
Earth
then
Dome
find the
has
weak spot.
Right. I liked how one of they were different set than if it was like if it was only Naruto and somebody else in there, you know what I mean? Or like other people because like they all literally had their own piece to the puzzle. It was like a fourth of work for each of them. You know what I mean? Like they all had a quarter of what they had to do perfectly. One found the spot, Choji breaks through. It was crazy under the circumstances because like as soon as I realized when somebody was talking about feeling weird and woozy, I was like, oh shit. On top of the dome, they're getting their shit drained. So it was very impressive, like he said, the battle IQ, insane. How many warriors out of any class are going to think under circumstances like that unless they are the best of the best or used to the circumstances? You know what I mean? Like he literally was getting drained and they were all about to die in a dome and basically get suffocated from their life force. And he sits there and literally almost goes Zen mode and figures it out. Like it was impressive. It was a cool feat. I didn't exactly know how it was going to go down. I thought somebody was just going to go fucking ballistic inside instead of it be like tactically played. But
I
it was
If
very
remember
Shikamaru
cool.
hadn't been there, that'd have been exactly what it would have been.
I
Right.
A three
remember
prong tunneling fang, human boulder, Rasengan, like
The fangs, like I
so
couldn't
it's
believe the fangs didn't drill. Like that was
on the
nuts.
topic of the Rasengan, actually, I was going to mention, I remember when Naruto was trying to build up a Rasengan and it fizzled
and
out.
yeah.
Yeah, he
Shane
didn't have enough
got
energy.
hype at first, like, oh
I
yeah,
was
and
so
then
hyped and I was bent instantly. As soon as he said something about his energy, I was like, I know what's happening.
So another part of the
Dude, I was
question
hyped.
was, what did you think of how Shikamaru put their formation together, like the structure they were in? Kiba up front, him behind him, Neji in the center, Naruto behind that, and then Choji covering up the rear. If I remember the
Honestly,
formation
I
correctly.
think it was prioritized very well. I think it was honestly according to their I'm not saying like battle IQ, but like their tactics and techniques. It's almost just like fall through the line and see if you can get to the last one. Because Choji just proved how fucking strong he actually is. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of nuts. But like,
Well, the thing Shikamaru
it's not
did
like I
was he
wouldn't put Naruto in
prioritized
the front of
the
that line
Sensory
or
Ninja.
second. You know?
He put Kiba up front so he could sniff out everything ahead of them,
Right.
and
You want your
Neji in the
tractor
center so he could
first. Yeah,
see
they
both
literally
sides of the
squadron
battlefield.
formated. Right.
Yep.
Which was it was awesome. It was awesome how they had it all done up. Because also like for right now, I'm gonna say that Naruto is like more so the brawl style instead of sitting
Yeah.
back to where like Sasuke or even Neji. I can even like give you an example of like he'll sit back, he'll analyze the situation or analyze currently during battle, which it always makes sense to have your brawlers kind of in the back in a sense. You want heavy artillery out front. You want your smarts, the pretty much the eye, the sniff, the nose. Then you bring your heavies in. But I I like it. It's just everything's falling into place. Everything's got its own little place right now. But definitely a few characters that are moving up in the faves. I don't even have the same top 10 anymore.
Hey,
I really don't.
that is a good thing, though, man. It shows that you have the potential to grow along with the series as well
Right.
and change your
I
opinions.
give
And you're not stuck in them like so many
right.
toxic fans of any series.
Well, I like to give every character their shown light, and like I literally like I will give any character a chance. Like I just basically got to get a little bit of your backstory, what their abilities are, but it's pretty much how they are integrated through the story. Or if it's a hard hitting situation, you don't like the character and it's meant not to be liked at first until something crazy's dropped, and then it's just like, holy fuck, like it turns into everybody's favorite character all of a sudden, you know?
And
Like
I
I
gotta
don't
say, the
pertain
way
myself
you
to
fuck with
just one.
Sakura, I really appreciate that because so many people shit on her from start to
I would
finish.
never
And
shit on Sakura. Like
I
it's just
love the way you rock with her, dude, because she is
people just want a
actually
tank
the
bitch.
second best written female character in the entire series.
Yeah, no, she's what's up. Honestly, like even though that
Until
she
you get
seems
into
frail,
Boruto.
right? Oh, I can't wait. Even though she seems frail at times and stuff, she's very strong. She's
Oh yeah.
emotionally strong. She's got the best chakra control out of the group. I mean, it says a lot. She's almost like that quiet, intelligent girl that you don't want to fuck with. She is not a
Hmm.
fighter, but her dad put her ass through all of that to black belt. You never seen her use it until she pops out. That's the kind of girl that she gives me the vibes of.
I'll never get over her just absolutely dogging on Zaku, man. That shit was so hype.
But yeah,
Right.
no, there's a lot of character development I can't wait to see.
So, kind of stemming off the first two questions as well, and we've touched on it like, oh, Naruto obviously going to go because it's Sasuke. But I want your opinion. Do you think Naruto was chosen for the mission primarily because of his bond with Sasuke, or do you think that his raw power also played a part in it? Maybe a mixture of
No,
both. If you were Shikamaru, would you have picked him?
so, all right, so I'm gonna give general context first because everybody just seems to like Naruto is seen as not the brightest, not everybody's favorite at first until, they give him time. But when it's not coming to that, like everybody's all about that nine tail. Like as soon as they sense the chakra, see it, figure it out, hear about it, like somebody wants something to do with it. So I honestly think that at first it had a lot more to do with the Nine Tails, but at the same time, since Naruto's going through strong character development and also like his realness is showing, like his loyalty, like he will literally stand on the spot and die if he needs to where he is. Like I haven't seen him bitch once. So it was a 50-50, but at first it was more so like, oh, they just stacked him up with the Nine Tails. But then again, like you have so many people involved in this situation right now, it's almost inevitable to not have him in there. I feel like he would also not even give him a chance to have him come along regardless. He would just go on solo and probably still meet up with them or something would have happened. But in a sense, I think Shikamaru actually did want Naruto there. He's actually starting to really see you know, it's the same as everybody else. So what Naruto's about, you know, he's sharpening. Every time he pops up, he learns a new jutsu. You know what I mean? Like, the kid's growing. Kid's growing. So at first it was like, oh fuck, are they just using him for the power? Because he still doesn't have raw control over it yet. And then I got more to a 50-50, and then as soon as like we're up to the point now, it seems like he was chosen. But it wouldn't have been a general choosing. I don't feel like everybody would have been like, oh yeah, we're gonna have Naruto. No, like Shikamaru,
Yeah.
it was a rough decision.
I
But
mean, if
he
it
made
was up to Kiba, fucking half the team wouldn't have tagged along. But I digress.
You better
I
digress,
digress.
motherfucker.
I progress.
Kiba absolutely would have picked like Naruto and Neji because Kiba would focus on strength. He wouldn't have picked Choji because he did think he was weak. He would have taken Neji. He would have taken Naruto. He would have taken Shino if Shino was available because that's his teammate. And he arguably probably would have taken Hinata because of his teammate connection with her as well, only because of doubling up on the Byakugan and because he knows how to work with her and Shino, especially as a unit. But I digress because we know for a fact he wouldn't have picked Choji. I think he would have picked the powerhouses and Shino and Neji for sure.
I also
Alright.
think though, at the same time, for this guy, I feel like he's a dick sometimes, or like comes off the way he does, and it's not like it's for a reason, or like it would come off like Kakashi being like sarcastic, but for real. Like, I still haven't seen anything too crazily dark for his past. Versus like fucking Sasuke, I mean. Or like
What, for Kiba's past?
yeah.
Kiba's just
Yeah,
your run of the mill.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it
Yeah,
seems like he's just the type to bitch, but like when another character would in verses,
he's a
there's no
snarky
comparison.
12-year-old. What do you expect?
Right. He's like the kid that came out the burbs and went through no struggle, but he's with the crew. Tom hates that. I digress.
I
Next.
don't. I super hate that take. That is such a bum ass take.
I mean, I think it was pretty nailed on the head. What do you think, Phobic?
No. If anyone's the came out the burbs and doesn't know the struggle type kid in the group, fucking Neji living in a goddamn mansion, just magically fucking getting all the main families. I branch,
but you got
motherfucker. Like,
yeah,
Rocky
but
over
let's
here.
not act like Neji's past isn't 10 times at least more fucked up than anything
no, of
Kiba's
course.
sniffing.
but still.
Dude, Neji's pinky has seen more foul things. And that's off my base already. That's I don't
The
even know
reason
what's to
that would
come.
piss me off is because you're right.
Oh, I know. Like, it's blatantly obvious
We are
already
actually
at this point.
witnessing the roughest part of Kiwa's backstory right now. I'm not even kidding.
I will pay
Alrighty.
more attention.
So, going back to before the retrieval mission technically begins, Naruto versus Sasuke on the roof of the hospital. Give me your thoughts.
One more time.
Naruto versus Sasuke on the roof of the hospital.
Man, like, I was hype, but oof. I was hyped, but they need to redo it. Like, I need to see it.
What?
I need to see a clean rematch, bro. Straight up.
So
Oh,
you
I thought
weren't-
meant
you
they
weren't
need to
satisfied?
reanimate it. I was like, that shit holds
I was
weight.
satisfied, but like I wasn't like, holy shit.
No, so I was gonna
Like-
say, so you weren't satisfied with Kakashi intervening at the end there, grabbing both of them and throwing them away. You wanted to see what
Now,
would have
I-
happened.
Right, I did respect that in a sense. It was cool to see like, oh shit, like this might really go south. Cause it was like the anticipation. I was so built up to see some fucked up shit to happen. Like I was expecting one of them to like coma the other one for a day at least, and then Kakashi steps in and is just like, "Yo, you guys gotta chill." Like,
Now, if you want to get super technical, Naruto did coma Sasuke for a day because this was another reason why Sasuke
Yeah.
left, and then he goes into that barrel and
Yep.
is comatose for a day. So if you want to get really technical, you can say that.
Well, technically, in the vicinity of that time period that we were referring to,
So Glazer,
that-
that he's always been an edge stronger than Sasuke, except for a few key points in the series. But come on.
this was my satisfactory level. It was a 9 out of 10. Like, it was good shit, but like it was not over the top. Like I was close to going over the top. If they went and had a little bit more of a scuffle or like some crazy shit came out, like I would have been like, all right, that was a good fucking scuffle. But we know I still need a legit showdown.
So, on the same topic, after Kakashi threw them both their separate ways, Sasuke Shidori hits one water tower, Naruto's Rasengan hits the other water tower, and it's looking like from the front that, oh, damn, Sasuke Shidori is so much stronger than Naruto's Rasengan. Sasuke's mad confident, talking his shit. He falls back behind that. He sees what Naruto's did to the back. And immediately gets even more pissed off than he was before the fight started. Like,
My boy literally sent a hollow tip through that shit. It wasn't like a pin, and it came out like a shotgun. Like now that topped it off. That hyped me up. When I seen that, I was like, yeah, my boy. I was like, finally, like, showing what's up.
another small part about that whole fight that I like is the interaction between Jiraiya and Kakashi, where they're both basically scolding each other for teaching their students those respective jutsus.
Oh, dude, dude, the side talk when it's sarcasm to like directs, but they're like just still walking together, like not really going about it. That
Oh, they're
Some of
basically
my
like,
favorites, bro. Some of my favorite.
yeah, and Kakashi's like standing against a wall and shit, bro. They're just like aura farming as they
Farming.
talk to each
Yeah.
other. Like,
They're bullshit R farming each other right now. They're literally trying to R farm to each other. Like it's so funny. It's either like let's flex or let's shit on like who's got the worse student. Like
Well, when you're Kakashi and Jiraiya, you have the right to aura farm.
oh,
Yeah.
100%. I mean, they got the right to even say anything on both sides, and I think they know that. They just still will put their opinion out there regardless because they're just them.
so after the interaction that Jiraiya and Kakashi had, Jiraiya and Kakashi go their separate ways to talk to their students. And while Kakashi is talking to Sasuke, obviously Sasuke's like, "Oh, how would you like it if I killed everyone that you ever loved?" And Kakashi's like, "Oh, you can't do that. They're all already dead."
It
How
was cold.
how because we don't know much, if anything, up to this point about Kakashi's backstory. You're gonna find out what's
I'm
to
gonna
come
say
very
right now,
soon.
the weight of this escaped me for so many years.
Dude.
But I will say, how fucked up on a scale of 1 to 10 are you anticipating Kakashi's backstory to be, and do you have any predictions for it?
17. And it's gonna be fucked. It's gonna be nuts. I feel like it's gonna shoot Kakashi to be my easy top 2. I need the fucking backstory, but yeah. I
Very
can't
soon.
wait.
Let's just say very
17,
soon.
bro. Very subtle. That was an easy. I'm gonna keep it right there. No ever explaining. Like there's just it is what it is. Y'all see it.
So, something that's interesting about Kakashi and Sasuke talking is this is actually when the Sound 4 first show up, and they see Kakashi talking to Sasuke, and they're like, "Oh, actually, let's make sure we wait for this motherfucker to leave. He's problematic." Then the Sound 4
Yeah.
go and fight Sasuke. So, first part of this question is, how did you feel about Sasuke fighting the Sound 4? How much do you think that influenced him to then go with them and see in search of more power?
Dude, I honestly didn't think he was gonna like. I thought. So Sasuke's got like a weird hold on me right now. Like I'm kind of trying to pay extra attention, but like I still only have to wait until shit comes and I can see it to for it to happen. But at first, it didn't seem like he wanted to be involved with going that route, and it just seemed more evil and demonic, related to his brother's doings in a sense. He didn't want to be like him or whatever. But ever since that encounter, man, he's been a little different. And it was very surprising to see that one, he was going to go up against him, and then two, it actually happened that oh well, we're just gonna rock with him now. Like I was double blown over. I was like, what? That's why I was kind of like rooting for like Naruto to get his shit together right now, because Sasuke's on this whole nother fucking arc doing his own thing right now, it seems. And
So
you still got Naruto running after his ass trying to save him too. This is crazy.
part 2 of this question goes back to the point about Kakashi and the Sound 4 not wanting to go in against Sasuke until after he had left. Obviously, you haven't seen the end of their respective fights yet, but you've now seen all 4 of the Sound 4 in their second stage of their curse mark. You saw them in the Konoha Crush put the barrier around Orochimaru and Hiruzen, so you have an idea of their strength at the very least. Do you think that they could have beaten Kakashi 1v4?
So there's some pretty tough guys right now. I mean, they do scale as some of the highest that we're seeing right now. But again, I still have not seen Kakashi's full.
So
But
just
up to
like
the
what you've
point to
seen
where
of
it is,
Kakashi, yeah.
yeah. Now up to the point to where I've seen, I know my man's got some tricks up his sleeve. I mean, I don't think that fucking, even though it's for the sound, like I don't think he would have really struggled too crazy. But then again, like their fucking second phase is incredibly, like, I still can't scale how much stronger they are. You know, like
So I think
it's so new to
something
me.
good to keep in mind here about their second stages is, while yes, I don't know if they were in Curse Mark 1 or Curse Mark 2 when they took out the Jonin that were also in the woods that went after them. But
Those
I do know that they're in Curse Mark 2 at this point, fighting their respective fights. So you saw
Yeah,
Curse Mark 2 Jirobo versus Butterfly Choji. You saw Curse Mark 2 Kitamaru versus Neji.
right.
You've seen Curse Mark 2 Sakon and Yukon versus Kiba, and you're seeing Curse Mark 2 Tayuya versus Shikamaru.
Okay, so based off experience of fighting the others, I mean, I know Kakashi's pretty up there. Man, I wanna root on Kakashi's side, but like we're talking four that also have the power to go into not curse one but two on their marks. So it depends how they all fight. But if Kakashi can at least pick one or two off and then catch the other two unorthodox, like it's kind of, I think I got Kakashi all fucking day.
I'll take it a step further and say that I got Kakashi with relative low difficulty.
against the
Okay, yeah,
Sound
because
4.
like I'm still trying
Yeah.
to scale. Like I've said, I don't want to blow somebody's power out the fucking water, but I also don't want to underestimate somebody that is of high power. So I'm giving both sides kind of leeway. But at the end of the day, like my heart and my gut is just telling me like Kakashi will get the job done, if not smoke them, depending upon how it happens.
Even in second stages, you still think Kagashi's got
I
it
don't
low
think
def?
I don't think that they're surviving long enough to bring
I
out their
think he's
second
just gonna
stages. They're
start
getting
sweating.
fucking
They ended
blitzed.
up fighting Kakashi, they would have gone straight to second. They wouldn't have played.
They're still getting blitzed, bro. Look
So
at
all
who
right,
they're relative to in their second stages in their respective fights. Versus fucking Kakashi Hatake, who caught a blade
Fair.
of lightning at 14 and is double that age now.
so I think it comes into perspective of if they don't go into the, they're unprepared, they're unorthodox. Even if he does get the last guy and he does get to his curse mark too, like I think that's a demolish, that's a mow over. If they're all starting off four or two, and then all four of them have a sequentially like plan, like Kakashi's gonna just start sweating. Then it's gonna be
Yeah, I mean they do have
it's not.
insane teamwork, and if Kimimaro were there and it was the five and they all
It'll be
Oh,
kicked off
dragged on a
if
little longer than
Kimimaru
what he wants to end it.
Kimimaru is a whole different conversation to throw in there. But
yeah, but
strictly
he
Sound
was originally
4,
part of the team. That's what I'm saying. If
strictly
he was there,
strictly
I mean, he
Sound
was fighting a
4
Kage
though.
elect, like
But like strictly Sound 4, the way that I kind of look at it is, while yes, they weren't fighting with killer intent when they jumped Sasuke, they were more so testing the waters of his power.
Right.
They were still surprised by some of the shit that Sasuke by himself was capable of doing to them
Doing
in their
right.
curse mark stages. Kakashi is
but only
so much
partial.
above.
One stack home bitched him though.
Yeah, but he was getting
So this is the
jumped.
context. That's the missing
He's
context that I was
getting
missing.
jumped by the four of them, which Kakashi would be in this sense too, and still showing relativity.
No, but I'm saying even
Yeah,
after
yeah, you got a point.
Sasuke his initial clash with them, he went after them again with the curse mark, and then partial curse mark stage 1, Sakon bitched him.
No, he didn't bitch him. He didn't. I promise you, he didn't bitch him. He did lose to him, but he didn't bitch him. Sasuke was able to land I forget exactly what it was, but Sasuke was able to land a kick at least. May have been the start of the reverse lotus, but I know for a fact he landed a kick that sent Sakon flying.
In that second clash when it was just him and Sakon?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, maybe I don't remember.
But my point is like, oh, that's the other thing though. Is
Kakashi
after Sasuke brings out his curse mark in that interaction, which is after that, all four of the Sound Four again, they're still above him, but they're like visibly shaking. Like, oh shit, what are we about to see here? This Sharingan and curse mark looks insane. All I'm saying is Kakashi's got that in the bag, bro.
Yeah, now that I have the drawn context, that is a humongous statement because I was thinking, I'm trying to think, because I knew that they were more hesitant with Sasuke, but no, now that I do remember, they actually were like, oh fuck. They weren't trying to visibly show it, but I mean, if they're already in that phase and they're scared of Itachi, I mean, Kakashi? It's a no-brainer.
Okay.
Again, like I'm not trying to like shit on the Sound Four.
Yeah, I'm not trying to team up too on you, but like I'm agreeing with that. It's more factual.
But I just wasn't sure he was gonna like bitch them.
Yeah, again, it's like I don't want to shit on the Sound Four or anything, but based off what we're seeing them struggle with against the Genin that they're fighting, and knowing the gap between Kakashi and even the Naruto and Sasuke that are to come at the end of this arc, like, Kakashi is stronger than both of them combined. I don't really think there's any arguing that. It'd be a good fight, but Kakashi's still stronger than both of them combined. And the two of them at the end of that arc are definitely bitching the Sound Four.
I do still think that because of Kakashi's hesitance to kill a comrade, I do still think the Sasuke to come at the end of this win that fight purely because of that, because of Kakashi's hesitance.
I don't think he would have to kill the comrade per se. And you know I am of the belief that once you get into Starter Shippuden, I have Starter Shippuden Sasuke over Starter Shippuden Kakashi. So you knowing that in mind, I still don't think that Sasuke is. Bro's blinking over there like we haven't done a whole 20-minute video on that very topic.
No, I don't remember. I don't agree with it right now. Like,
playbook out, bro. It's on page 57, exactly where his finger left off. Like, he's on shit today.
Wait.
So
bro really said receipts, like.
So shit, Naruto, before they go on the mission, Sakura comes to the gate of the Konoha village and is like, yo, Naruto, bring back Sasuke. Promise me you're gonna bring back Sasuke. Naruto promises, he vows to bring back Sasuke.
Promise of a lifetime.
The promise of a lifetime.
And gave her what Lee calls the nice guy pose.
Oh my god, dude, that killed me.
If I say, how do you feel about that scene in particular, and do you think that Naruto will be able to keep his promise?
He might have a tough time knowing Naruto, but like I think when he's like set on something dead set and he feels like almost like he's intertwined, like he has to do it, like I think he's gonna. It would be almost. It'd be very, very, very vicious conditions, I think, for him to like break a promise. Period. Any promise.
He never goes back on his word. That is his ninja way.
Yeah, like he is so stubbornly like me. That's why like I really want to see him win through a lot of shit, but like nah, he's not. Like I honestly think they could torture him and still wouldn't.
Promise, or you don't think he's keeping it in this instance? I need you to clarify.
I think he's gonna grow more through a shorter time period, like going into what we're gonna watch now. Like the promise is gonna grow as shit happens. I feel. Because you gotta remember, like Naruto still is like fucking with a lot of shit. So kind of just winging it or just jumping in, brawling, not thinking twice. You know, the IQ. He's fucking smart. You know, when he's locked in and motivated, when he gets in there or he gets punched hard
Wait
enough,
till you
he
see the
fucking
stars
thinks.
and
He
the shit
thinks.
he pulls. He is
But
creating. He lives up to the nickname, the number one hyperactive head ninja.
I love it. That's why I can't wait. There was a lot of shit that was spoiled throughout years for me, but I can't dig far enough now to tell you what it was. But when it happens again, I'll be like, "Oh shit!"
You'll be
You
like,
know
"Oh,
what I
I
mean?
remember that."
Right. Like I
Dude,
literally
that's literally
have
what
like
happened to me
stuff
when I
blocked on my
watched
phone
Dragon
so I
Ball
don't get
Z
spoilers.
through and through for the first time because, like, I was getting it as the remastered seasons were coming out back in the mid 2000s,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh wait, this happens and this happens before that. Oh wait,
Right.
Goku
It
goes
just like
Super Saiyan for the first
photographically
time
fills
here."
itself
Like,
in.
I remember watching new episodes of it. Not well, new, but like the Garlic Jr. saga. I remember watching the Garlic Jr. saga as it was coming out on Comcast on demand back then.
You remember that?
And
Oh, that beauty.
and every episode I'm like, this is it. This is where he turns into a Super Saiyan. This is where it's gonna happen. Like because I knew Teen Super Saiyan Gohan existed. I never knew when he became a Super Saiyan.
That's funny. Yeah, it's actually a very hard pinpointer because of the story, the way it starts off, or if you're doing per base canon, like people's preferences.
Gohan became a Super Saiyan at exactly 11:48 a.m. that day on the outside.
Well, damn.
I'm making that up, Shane. Don't take that with
I
any
was about to
legitimacy.
say, bro, that's almost as bad as me knowing as much I do about Eminem, but goddamn.
So obviously the fights themselves with the Sound 4 are not finished yet, at least not all of them. You've seen Jirobo versus Choji and its conclusion. You've seen Kitamura versus Neji and its conclusion. But now when it comes to Shikamaru versus Tayuya and Kiba versus Sakon and Yukon, you have the interference of the Sand siblings. So while the fight still might be going, before the interference, when it's just a strictly 1v1, or in Kiba's case, 1v2, or even if you want to be like in Shikamaru's case, a 1v4. Yeah. How do you, who would you say between all the Sound 4 and the Genin, so Choji, Neji, Shikamaru, and Kiba, who are you most impressed by? Which fight did you get most surprised by? Was there any power that you were like, yo, I did not expect this motherfucker to pull that out? Just in general, through this arc, you get to see a lot of characters highlight their power and stuff that you haven't seen from them before. So, too long didn't read. Who really surprised you the most? Who impressed you the most? Who stood the fuck out?
Honestly, all right. So like
Kiba.
Neji's always kind of got like a very strong edge. Like you know what he's about. So like I'm really gonna leave his context out because he just falls in his own category. Like he's kind of his own the shit. But Choji, bro. I think
Yes,
Choji was
sir.
like the reigning
give
reigning
that to you,
parade, bro. Like Choji really not only came out, like I said, put his life on the line. I was like, damn, I know my boy can't eat, but now he shows his power. I was like, damn, like man is as strong as fuck. Like there was
Dude,
so
if
many
eating
things,
was
and
my superpower, I'd be fucking unstoppable.
that's what I'm saying, bro. I literally have cracker
You
packs
know
in my
my big ass
pocket.
bigger than Joji.
Fucking right, dude. But yeah,
I've
Choji
dropped 50
really
pounds. I'm
took the
still
cake,
bigger than
man.
Joji.
I am
Yeah.
proud of that answer, Shane, both the first part of it and the second part of it, because that's exactly what I was hoping you would say. I was hoping you would highlight the fact that while Neji is strong as fuck, we already know that, so you're not necessarily surprised
I'm
by
not
what
too
you see
worried
from
about it.
him.
Yeah,
But
right.
Choji, on the other hand, I believe is the definitive right answer for that question.
100%. There's really no other comments
And
for
that's
that.
not to take
No
away,
disregarding
as
the other
much as I
two.
hate
Right.
Kiba, that's not to take away what he and
No,
Akamaru
100%.
do, and it's not to take away what Shikamaru
Yeah,
does
because
either.
they're
But
my answer because of the fact that, like, yes, Choji, he fucking pulled out all the stops and he impressed the fuck out of everyone. But who would have fucking expected Kiba to turn into a giant fucking headed server? Like, what the fuck was that?
I mean,
That
who
did
would have
catch me
expected
off a little bit,
Choji to turn into
but
a
I expected
giant
it.
butterfly bigger than the trees in the forest? Like
That I didn't expect.
like bro was like
Choji
Bob the
came.
Minion at the end of the Minions movie,
Listen,
walking
between
through the
Choji and the
UK, big as
butterflies,
fuck.
I kind of would have expected that a little more than I would have
Choji-
expected two-headed wolf, but
Choji was his last own chip out of his own bag. Like he literally said, "All right, chips out the bag." Like I did not expect that. First, his power, the transformation, and just the diehardness. Like everybody's like, "Oh, Choji ran away. He's probably like." They would literally all dog him. Like, and that proves a lot. Like that's like, all right, Kiva. Like, got some shit to say now? Gonna talk? You or are you and the pup still like fucking half dead over there? Like,
and out of
And-
curiosity, I did look up Choji's height and weight. Why am I two of this motherfucker? In Shippuden, he's stated at 5'10" in the blank period at 193 pounds. Why am I so much bigger than this bitch?
they actually got him spot the fuck on. Wow,
I mean, I'm 6 foot. I'm still 285. Like,
bro, you want to get jacked? You hit me up on the side. Like, let me know. Like, we'll go to the gym.
how we, with 2 hours apart, how are we gonna go to the gym?
Oh, there's ways, brother man. FaceTime, Discord, call, structure, write you some shit.
No, like I physically, I personally, I cannot
Yell
go
at
to the
you. Go to the fucking gym.
physically
Are you
need
in the
someone
gym yet?
here with me to hold me accountable, keep me there
Yeah.
working out.
I'll
and
FaceTime your
I
ass
don't
and start
leave
my
until you're
workout and be like, let's go. Ask Stan. I will FaceTime your ass and be like, let's start. Let's go. I will start working. Like,
But the
we'll get to
problem
work.
will be you will have no power to stop me from leaving. I can just hang up on you. Like
We'll see.
Oh. Another
Also,
thing.
gonna throw it out there. If Shikamaru hadn't been such a fucking gentleman to Tayuya and Shadow strangled her from the get-go, the second he got up in her business, he would have won before Tamari showed up.
Probably. Off of that though, we had the Sound 4 in their main fight. I had a question that I was gonna ask relating to them, but it's kind of slipped me now with that whole derail. So I'm gonna go into the next one with the introduction of Kimimaru. So they're at Orochimaru's lair. Kabuto is talking to someone in a bed, and it's revealed to be the former would-be vessel for Orochimaru before he got sick. He's now bedridden, this extreme illness, and even while bedridden, says, "You know what? I'm gonna go out and help them." He comes out and helps them, shows up, and he shows up before Shikamaru versus Tayuya and Kiba versus Sakon and Yukon starts. Naruto and Shikamaru, if I'm not mistaken, are running away with the barrel with Sasuke in it. Kimimaru just blitzes not just them, but Tayuya and Sakon and Yukon as well. Perception blitzes them, takes it, and lands, and they're like, "Oh shit, Kimimaru's here." Kimimaru's talking
on the barrel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kimimaru says something to Tayuya about like, "Give me a good reason why I shouldn't kill you right now," and Tayuya shit in her fucking pants. So he takes the barrel and he starts running back towards Orochimaru's lair. Naruto from there follows him, and Naruto at this point has some Nine Tails rage coming out of him. You can see those eyes changing, and by the time he and Kimimaru start fighting, you have the moment with him and all his shadow clones, and Kimimaru just mowing through these Nine Tails and shadow clones.
Dance, like, bro, switch it up.
This is the precise scene when I said, "Oh, look at this chakra," right? When I caught it, just as like I was just looking back up. Okay.
And then
Yeah.
during their fight, Sasuke comes out of the barrel, and Naruto wants to go follow Sasuke. Kimimaru's not going to let him do that. But before Kimimaru could strike down Naruto, after taking out all the shadow clones, someone intervenes. That someone, Rock motherfucking Lee. So My boy is fresh off of a 50-50 basically chance of survival for this surgery. Tsunade just went crazy.
51-49.
Stop it.
What do you mean stop it? That's canonically what it was.
Tsunade's research never was to make the chances higher. It was so she could be more like inept with what she was about to do and know the procedure.
Then why did they explicitly show?
Tom, are you
both
really
in
going
manga
to
and
rat
anime
about
that
a
51%
1% difference? Are you really going to rat about a 1% difference when I'm just making a general fucking statement? Like, are we really doing this right now?
Yes. Give her due.
So Rock Lee, fresh off of surviving a basically 50-50 chance of surviving surgery that, he's been out of commission for months now. He thought he was done versus Gaara. His career was over. He would never be a ninja again. And here he comes, shocking Kimimaru. And that low-key got Kimimaru excited. Kimimaru was like, huh? Oh, interesting. But when they actually started fighting, Kimimaru clearly had the edge, even calling Lee predictable. But the thing that really changed the tide at this battle was Lee not grabbing his medicine, but instead grabbing Tsunade's sake. Tom, you brought up a great point last night. Why the fuck did Tsunade leave her sake bottle right next to Lee's medicine? And furthermore, why was it the exact same design bottle?
Dude, bro, I'm telling you, she is a fucking putz when it comes to fucking leaving her shit around.
We're not gonna talk about the bottle's identical though, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, she literally...
Why did she have sake next to the patient?
Unless she was pulling a, oh my god, I need to, still like revitalize myself after last night's bender. Comes, empties one of his medicine bottles out, pops it on real quick. They walk in and she throws it next to it and just calls it that. That is the only hypothetical that would make sense.
Yeah, maybe she's trying to drink on the job and doesn't want to get fucking questioned about it, so that's her solution.
No,
I'm just drinking some
ass.
medicine. This is some herbal solutions, guys. I'm not drinking any alcohol.
Yeah, Rock Lee's over there like, I'm not drunk. I'm a minor. I can't drink.
Yeah, so that brings us to Rock Lee drinking the sake, thinking this is medicine, and wow,
and just
that predictability out the window.
It.
Yeah,
that's another thing. He downed that shit.
Bro, he didn't only just down that shit. The craziest shit. I absolutely love how they show how unorthodox and swift you can be when you are just at your little perfect buzz. This is not enabling people to drink. I'm just saying, like, my man's had his perfect buzz going, as you could see. He literally, what's his name, says, Kimimaru says that, oh shit, he's fighting so unorthodox that it's really hard to anticipate his attacks or hit him. And I just, not only the craziest part, him coming through in his entry point scene, but him just dancing around his ass like that, falling asleep, going like this, rolling over almost like as he had MUI emitting from his pores. Like, the shit was so fucking badass. This is, honestly, I don't want Rock Lee to steal it all and say he's the diamond right now, but, like, that was one of my favorite scenes by far.
Yeah, Lee off the Henny, or as I called him last night,
awesome.
Rock Lee.
I just love the concept that they gave from alcohol and then, like, the swiftness of somebody that already has balance and fights unorthodox and practices. When you combine these two, he is legit a loose blade. Like, he is a loose fucking blade. Yes, legit.
Like, the entire Drunken Fist thing is inspired by Bruce Lee. His entire character.
Bro, that shit was so nice, man. He was so melodic with the way he was just, like, eyes were just rolling in the back of his head, body just did it for him. Like, this shit was just so crazy.
So, after that happens, Kimimaru ends up, you know what? This guy's, a little bit more unorthodox now than I was expecting. It can't be helped, and activates the first stage of his curse mark. And that's when the tide of the fight really changes. Pretty much immediately sobers up Lee, and that's where the Saiyan siblings come in and have their respective interferences across the board with the fights. In this fight in particular, it's Gaara. So that's up to what you've seen in that fight. But just in general, how did you feel about Kimimaru versus Naruto, and then Kimimaru versus Lee slash Drunken Fist Lee?
So it's a kind of really a brain buster when you think about it and laying all of your cards out on the table, because if you really think about it, Naruto has Lee like, huh? At some points, but then Lee pretty much just hands him his own fucking bones back. Well, to the point we stopped, it's now going the other way, but literally was just toying with Kimimaro. Naruto couldn't even fucking touch him. Like, but when it
Nine
comes down
Tails
to
and
Naruto,
Kimimaru with that.
right,
Yeah.
And this
And
is Lee
Naruto
fresh
can-
off of a surgery.
and this is
After
the
being
crazy
told he'd
part.
never be a ninja again.
Right. So like it's really a brain buster, but I just thought I thought it was nuts. Like if you asked anybody up to this point before showing him that episode, you would say, if upon hypothetical, they would take Naruto all day. Bro, Lee just stole that fucking show. Like drunk. Fucking drunk. Like amped Ninetales and a pissed off Naruto couldn't even get the job done with, what was it, 3,000? There was fucking thousands of
1,000.
equally distributed chakra fucking shadow clones. Like, bro, you should tell me, like, that's an inconceivable amount of power. How do you fuck that up?
Actually, I think someone once took the picture and counted them all out. I think it was
Well, they're
stated
not
there
gonna
was
put
1,000,
every
but there was
fucking
actually
illustrated
like
one.
500.
Yeah, well, they're not going to
think.
destroy every single one of them. It's just upon canon context when it finally comes out. Like the other one, like you're not actually fitting 1,000 Narutos throughout the trees in that one scene.
Oh, dude, if it
But-
were me as an animator, I don't care how bad the quality of them gets. If someone told me there's 1,000 Naruto's in frame, I'm
Orange
putting
dots in the back, the far
I'm
back.
like 998, 999, 1,000. My boss is
But,
gonna ask me why that single frame took 4.5 years to animate, but I'm dude,
It's kind of
1,000.
crazy though. Yeah, dude. Honestly, I could have just handed that to Tiana, one of my close friends, and she would have drawn that in fucking 30 minutes. Seriously. But yeah, all in all said, like that was like, come on, Naruto for me, but it brings out one of Lee's best openings. Like I said, he's literally, I don't even think he's fully fucking covered yet. Comes out of surgery like this is nuts. So if anything, he even might be stronger. It's just, it's crazy. But
like he's on his path to recovery, but he's still in recovery. Like he's
That's
still
the
at a
crazy
position
part.
where people are scolding him for doing push-ups. Like
Bro, he's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
He's gonna be fucking hurting tomorrow.
Like, he wasn't
After this
supposed to
fight-
leave in the first place to go after them. Like, he did that on his own accord.
Yeah, you seen how many
and like I
times
said last night, I'm convinced he used the first gate to close that gap, because not only did he have a day's travel ahead of him, but he also had to start, and he's not 100%. Like he had to close that gap somehow.
I think it helps that
We gotta
with that
remember, though,
gap
Lee's
is
fast.
that there was a few stoppages between the way. The longest one being Jirobo holding them in the Earth Dome. But
but that
on
was
top of
what,
that,
15
Lee, yes, he might be fresh off surgery, but Lee's fast. Like, Lee is fast,
he's
and
fast
with
as
him having
fuck.
nothing to stop him in terms of, like, he's able to just beeline it straight there. Whereas with the Sasuke retrieval team, you can argue that some of the characters like Neji or Naruto are probably a few tiers of speed faster than like a Choji or a Kiba. So I don't really think that all of them are going at their full speed either, as much as they're traveling at a relative speed to each other to stay in formation. Whereas
plus it
Lee's
would be
able
a
to go
waste of
full
energy.
speed straight there. You know what I mean?
But also, yeah, Lee
Yeah,
also
but
sat
did he
dormantly.
pass Choji on the way though? That's what I want to know. I need some confirmation on that. Oh, hey, that's Choji Akibi. Whoa.
Well, another good context is like, you know, his rest period was so great. His demeanor, you know, his honor towards just being a ninja, period, and just only wanting to get stronger and just train. Like, I mean, it was just a given. You know, even no gates open, I think he's gonna beeline it like he's excited to go fuck some shit up. You know, like he's getting there. And we keep seeing Lee's speed. Every single person that said something about Lee's speed. There's not one person that just thinks to themselves like, I'm faster. They're like, they might think, but they're like, oh my god, like he's fast as shit. Like even Kimi Maro said he's fast.
No,
I was like, oh.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
put it past him either to have used the first gate to get some speed, but at the same time, something I did notice last night is that before he used the first gate, he was questioning if he really should even do that in the first place because of just
True.
coming off of the operation.
Right. So that nulls it pretty much for context. I would feel.
So going into my second to last question for this arc, it would be the Sand siblings, Gaara, Tamari, Kankuro, them interfering with the fights that were still going on. One, were you expecting any interference at all, or did you think that they were just done? And two, out of the interference, how shocked were you that it was Gaara, Kankuro, and Tamari?
I honestly wish we could get a snippet recording of my face reaction when I seen Gaara. I literally almost shit.
Dude, you were like, what?
I looked at all
No way."
three of these motherfuckers and was like, huh? Like I thought it was like one of those things. I looked away and we skipped an episode or some shit. Like I was like, huh, because I seen sand. I'm like, is that fucking sand? And it kept happening. And then I'm just looking. I'm like, nah, it's fucking dirt. It's all the scuffle. I look down for a second. I look back up. Next scene comes in. I'm like, it's fucking sand. And then all three of them. Honestly, shocked. 10 out of 10.
And that
Did I
scene
expect them to
was
come back?
animated
Yes,
and
not
written
this
out
early.
so perfectly, honestly.
Right, that shit was like, okay. Like
Yeah.
now I'm even more glued to my TV. But 10 out of 10, did not expect it. I did expect it to happen, not as early. Way early. Like, and Gar looks different.
It's got a new outfit.
Not that. It's almost like he's got a new attitude. He didn't talk much. Like, I literally just seen Gara and then it was end clip. Like, but something's different with him. Already I can tell.
Yeah,
But
I will
don't know.
say you do, clothing aside, when Gara shows up there at the end of that episode briefly,
Something's
you do
different.
kind of see a different look in his eyes, and just his posture slash demeanor as a whole feels
Yeah.
different.
More so his demeanor. It's almost like, it's almost like I know somebody for 10 years. I know when they're going to have a bad day. I know when a change happens. Or I know when something's changed, not only just with their appearance, but like, I just had that feeling run through me. I'm like, first I was like, what? Let me process this. And I was thinking afterwards, I was like, but damn, seems different. It's not like the intro Garas we're used to. He looks very composed as well, which looks crazy. Like, he doesn't look like he's pissed at what happened or anything or wants blood, but who knows? Gara's Gara.
Look,
Very-
he's done a lot of growing up in the last couple of months. He's not a
Not
snot-nosed
even,
11-year-old
bro. What,
homicidal
weeks?
maniac anymore.
So
Yes, he's actually learning a lot.
So that pretty much in a way brings me to my last question. Whether it's a prediction towards the fight that's about to go down between Gaara slash Lee and Kimimaru, or it's predictions for the arc as a whole. I figured, usually what we do at the end of the arc segment is we'll have you give your rating, but since you're technically not finished the arc yet, I would rather get your predictions for the rest of the arc as we're now entering the climax,
Fire.
so we can come back to them next week.
Fire. Why'd you cook like that? Predictions. Damn, why'd you cook
I got
like that? That's
Ichiraku.
awesome.
I got Ichiraku ramen on the shirt, bro. I'm always gonna cook.
Predictions. Oh shit. Well, I want to say that like Lee's probably gonna have like one more crazy thing to show us, but I also don't want Homie to burn himself out because like we just did say he's rolling out of recovery. I'm very excited to see the other two get in the mix. You said Schick and who else is involved in this next one?
I was
And then
just
Sand, I just can't wait to fucking see that scuffle. I know some shit's gonna go down, but like I said, with Gara's personality difference, don't know exactly what's going to go down.
so I guess
Because
what you know about Gaara so far, at least his power, and what
he's
you've
usually
now
the
seen.
instigator.
and what you've now seen to Kimimaru and his power, how do you think
Right.
this matchup's gonna go?
All right, so oh fuck. All right, so look. So I think Gara was noticing that his sand and his shield, like just the way it is, something's got to give. You know, he's got to do better because when he's coming along these stronger components and shit like or opponents and shit like that, like people are getting through this. That is his whole entire defense mechanism. Now he also, I feel like, is going to be coming with more different attacks. Like I feel like he's just coming with a whole different arsenal. But at the same time, with fuck. I just had the second part on the tip of my tongue, man.
Womp womp.
For real. For real. Repeat the question. I'm like that. I'll fucking just hear a word and I'll remember it.
It was just your predictions for what's going to be now Gara / Lee versus Kimimaru and the arc in general.
Oh,
What do you
Lee.
think? What do you think is going to happen from here? Because remember, you still have Naruto chasing
So,
Sasuke. You still have a
right.
few fights wrapping up.
So Kimimaro, I feel like he's if 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 him and Gara go head to head, I feel like he's kind of gonna give Gara a hard time at first. But like I said, if they are gonna go against each other, Gara has to fucking change his arsenal a little bit because Kimimoro's fast as shit. I don't want to like. I don't care. I don't think that Sand's fucking blocking him. Like, I mean, Lee got through it, right? Or was it fucking one of the people got through with
So
Sand before?
Lee did with his weights off and accessing the gates was able to get past the sand, not necessarily actually damage Gaara's physical sand armor on his face. It took Sasuke's Shidori for Gaara to actually
Right.
really take damage for the first time.
Okay.
But this Lee one isn't in the gates and is fresh off of surgery from that fight. So it's kind of hard to quantify how he would compare to the Lee in that fight.
Right.
And this Gara, as you'll see, is a stronger Gara than the Gara that
he's a
fought Lee.
Right. I feel like the guard that we seen and came from was more so Gara still growing up. Gara still has a lot to learn. Gara still is almost like Naruto, very much alike in a way because they have such powerful beasts inside of them, but they are still learning how to use them to their fullest extent. It's very very similar. It seems to me in my eyes. And then what we got for like Sasuke, I don't know what the fuck he's gonna be like. I feel like he's gonna have a whole bunch of new shit to show us when I see his ass. Naruto, I don't even remember what Naruto was last doing. Oh, fighting fucking Kimimaro. I don't even have a prediction on Naruto, actually. Surprisingly. He's so unorthodox to predict. Then
You
we
think he'll
got
catch up with Sasuke?
I think he'll keep going until he gets up to him. I don't know about catching up, but I think something's gonna happen to where it's gonna have a meeting point. They're gonna hit a vanish point to where it's just like they come across. But I don't think like Naruto's gonna stop because he's also leaving so much and so many fights behind. But I also didn't see him fully go yet to see if he just retreated or so
No,
there's a lot of fucking what ifs.
you did see him fully go. He's chasing
Oh, so
Sasuke.
he
Like
did
yeah,
go? All
yeah.
right, cool. So
That's
I
awesome.
just don't think he's gonna give up. Like again, when he's to a task, when it has to be done, all this it would be for nothing. I mean, he's already putting his line on for Sasuke. As much as they want to have their fight and shit, like they they're like boys at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was that they were the big three at first, but very very interested to see what Naruto and Sasuke have in for us. And then I really don't have too many crazy loose predictions on anybody else because it's not like I'm fresh off the episode, but next episode for Animonium, I'm gonna be on my shit. Because now we're catching up to where I don't have to remember too far back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What we're gonna be
Our first,
covering
right, yeah.
What we're covering next week is elapses 10 or 11 episodes, whereas what we covered today elapses 18 episodes.
Cool. Okay. But yeah, for the most part, Kimimura is just going to be a growing problem as time being for whoever comes into his path.
How
Sand
do
showing
you,
up.
on the topic of Kimimaru, remember when he was first shown, he was very ill and in a bed.
Right.
Do you think that that could play any role?
Definitely could play a role. I mean, it's just for any being of any universe and any anime. Like, if you are at your fullest, like you're gonna struggle a little bit. You're not gonna be the sharpest you can be. You're not gonna be at max stat. But for the most part, yeah, I don't know how many motherfuckers he's about to go in with. So I like, he's got a strong standing point right now. But like, he's fresh off the bed, same as Lee. Like, he's not gonna really last too long unless he's got magic sleeves. Like, unless he's got a few tricks up his sleeve, or at least to evade or something, I feel like he's gonna definitely grab his backpack, in so many words.
All right. All right. Well, with part one, unless you have anything you want to add on to that, Tom, but I personally don't.
There's so much I want to say, but I can't without spoiling anything.
Yeah, well, we will have a lot to talk about when it comes to it next week between the wrap up of this arc and the different topics that we can kind of coincide with him now being done part one, whether that's a ranking every character's strength in part one or ranking the part one fights or whatever it may be. There will now be more topics that can open up with him finishing part one as we get into Shippuden. So, without further ado, if that's out of the way, do you guys wanna read some CBR?
CBR.
15 characters that could one shot Goku.
Oh Jesus! It better be a better list.
Oh, it's the same. It's the same list. It's the same
All
list.
All right, don't rehash the ones we already. Yeah, they're dog
Oh, we
water.
will be rehashing one of the ones that we already did.
Oh, we're rehashing.
I do
What's her name?
real quick.
I know it.
No, we're not rehashing Sugar. We're not. Don't worry. We're not
Okay.
rehashing Sugar. I do real quick. Had to just do something on OBS to move your face cam up to here,
Yo,
Shane.
can you please flip my thing?
Maybe.
Like, not right now, but like, it's just literally, it's flipped, and it's tripping me the fuck out, because my chair is actually on this side, and it's on this side of my thing.
Mine's the same way. I just don't even notice it very often.
Uh-oh, there's two Toms.
Dude, one of me is a nightmare. Could you imagine?
Oh God.
Like,
I don't
Dude,
know,
I would
honestly.
send
You
one
might
of-
cancel yourself out.
imagine sending one of me to work at the refinery while I stay home and sleep or play a game or something, and then he falls into like a vat of acid, and everyone thinks I'm dead, and then I just come in the next morning.
That'd be
Y'all-
hilarious.
Y'all keep the dialogue going while I do this shit.
No,
Oh my
yeah,
God, dude.
100%. Yeah, it's just pretty much whatever just needs to be flipped. It's like that portrait flip shit. But dude,
I
I
think it's
can't
just
fucking
the
wait to see what's gonna happen. This better blow my socks off, bro.
I am pretty
Dan's
confident
gonna have
that.
some bullshit arguments.
Oh,
That's for sure.
for anybody
Oh,
in
we're
the
talking
comment
about
section,
that. I thought he was talking about Naruto. I'm not gonna lie.
I was talking about stuff. My socks aren't. They never off.
Oh, dude, Shippuden is gonna blow.
But oh, comment section. Now.
All right, technical difficulties fixed. Thank you for the patience.
Yeah,
Anyone
guys, in the
watching?
comments, tell us who stood out the most to you in the Sasuke retrieval arc among their character arcs or their fights, whatever it may be. Whoever struck you as the contender for MVP in that arc, let us know.
Without further ado, 15 OP anime characters that could one-shot Goku. In episode 1, we covered the first 5 characters on this list, and there is one that we were going to circle back to, and that character is no other than Julius Novachrono, who, if I'm not mistaken, is the next entry. Indeed, he is. So he cannot one-shot him, but basically after we had talked about this last week and revisiting, I'm not arguing that he would one-shot him, but after we had revisited this idea last week at the end of the episode, we talked about, you know what? It'd be fun to at least like entertain the debate with this one in particular because Black Clover, a lot of people when it comes to scowling really sleep on it. Mainly people who only scowl Naruto or only scowl Dragon Ball or only scowl One Piece or something like that. As someone who is very knowledgeable on both Naruto and Black Clover, etc., etc., uh, stop sleeping on the series. Even low balls, even the low balls are a lot higher than they should that like people give them credit for.
I'm gonna give it to y'all straight. Charmy probably solos your favorite verse.
Sorry, not sorry.
No, like I'm not sorry at all. Like she probably does. Like especially if your favorite verse is Bleach, get the fuck out of here. Like Yami's dumps are soloing your verse.
Uh,
The silence.
I'm not surprised.
Yo, somebody want to drop a fan animated ad? Get this video going. Who's winning it? Make it good.
So, for Julius, first Goku, would you guys, obviously with you guys being on the side arguing for Goku, would you guys want to start or would you like me to start?
Bro, I don't even know what tree I'm swinging to on this one.
Yeah, go ahead and
Like-
start for Shane's sake, Dan.
Alright, so I'm gonna use this as, I guess, my main thing, if you will.
Just
Tom
give me
Silence,
these guys'
everybody.
basics and attacks.
So I'm not even gonna get into that. I'm just going to get into the fact that he has infinite speed, and unless you guys can prove Goku does as well, he's getting blitzed. So
Now, what do you mean infinite speed? Increasingly, or there's just
Infinite
no?
speed means you can move through stopped or reversing time.
like just straight up infinite speed.
That's not comprehensible for me right in the second.
Okay,
Oh.
so to get into this, it's gonna have a lot to do with a particular character named Dorothy and her glamour world. But before I get into that in particular, I just want to debunk some Julius downplay that exists out there. A lot of people like to point to his fight versus Patri during the Elf Saga as like, obviously he's not strong. He lost to base Patri. Meanwhile, Nozel, a few chapters later, is scrapping with Dark Elf Patri and bitching him, blah, blah, blah. There's two very important things here to keep in mind. One is Lucius was heavily suppressing Julius in this fight, on top of the fact that Julius himself was not fighting with killer intent as to not harm William's body, because Patri and William, their souls share a body. William is the captain of the Golden Dawn, one of Julius's, like, that's his boy type shit. He doesn't want to hurt him. So because of that, I just wanted to kind of get that out of the way at first. Now,
That's fair to get out of the way.
Julius is comparable, arguably above base Lucius. Lucius is able to create his massive time orbs due to his absorption of Lucifero's power, yet 24-year-old base Julius can create time orbs relative in size. And if you guys want panels or anything, just let me know, as I have everything on deck. I have 40 plus panels and light cannon statements, like light novel statements, the whole fucking nine, bro. If you guys need anything, just let me know.
I already warned him. We're not gonna have a lot of panels for him or anything, especially since the deep came after the anime and the manga is not canon until after the Tournament of Power arc. But yeah.
Alright, well, in that case, I'll kind of just get to my point with the speed then and kind of skip around the other stuff, because at least for the sake of the speed argument I'm making, it's not too relative. It's more just chain scowling to establish some things. So, Dorothy's glamour world has multiple stars. We know that what she imagines in her mind are the real versions in glamour world. If you guys need the panel, let me know. Her personal power should scale to this as glamour world is destroyed. Yet she Her personal power should scale to this as glamour world is destroyed and recreated multiple times. Even if you don't agree she would scale to it, it doesn't matter because Yami does. destroying Glamour World nearly instantly with Dimension Slash Equinox, which is hacks, yes, but Yami's own power would surpass said hacks in the Spade Saga, as Yami's Death Thrust is Yami's pure condensed magic, not hacks, by his own admission. It surpasses Dimension Slash, as Dimension Slash does not work on Dante, yet Death Thrust does. If you need any panels or any of that, let me know.
Continue.
That's
Okay.
awesome as fuck.
So, Luck considers Glamour World endless. So during the Elf Saga, a few of the Black Bulls get trapped in Glamour World. Luck considers it to be endless. Two primary definitions exist for endless. One of them is infinite, or the other is seen to have no end. Considering that Magna then takes Luck's statement as absurd / impossible, stating that it would be impossible, it's safe to say that Magna interpreted Luck's statement as infinite. Reeve, who is sharing Dorothy's body at this particular moment in time, then says within Glamour World, the impossible is possible, to Magna saying that it would be impossible for it to be infinite. Dorothy can create infinite size realms, okay? Granted, her high universal...
Dorothy's Glamour World is a paradox, because if the impossible is possible within it, and being infinite is impossible, infinity possible within it.
So, with this, Dorothy can create infinite size realms, granting her high universal AP/door ability. A lot of people won't like that, but the fact is, it takes far more energy output to create than it does to destroy, especially when it comes to things like this. Take Kaguya's Dimensions, for example. With that, even if you still disagree that she would scale to the Glamour World itself and thus have this high universal AP/door ability due to it being infinite, it still doesn't matter, because Yami still does scale to this. Yami's Dimension Slash destroyed an infinite realm, and the sheer power of Death Thrust surpassed it. Since we've already established that Julius scales well, I have not actually established that. So there's a few points in the series that we can use to point at Julius being above Yami. In particular, Death Thrust Yami that fought Dante, to then get him over the Dimension Slash that busted Dorothy's Glamour World. So, when Dante and Yami are fighting, let me pull this panel up. When Yami and Dante are fighting, Yami states, "I'm reacting to his moves before he makes them by using Monozone and reading his ki. I'm not on Julius's level though." Implying that someone like Julius would be able to handle Dante, or at least match that output a lot better than he would. Another important thing is Lolo Petrica, while Julius is in his 13 or 14-year-old state, when they're in the Heart Kingdom, Lola Petrica straight up states that he, with one page in his grimoire at this point due to his age, is comparable to Yami, and that he and Yami do not need the Heart Kingdom's training.
You just say a grimoire?
Yeah.
A book?
Yeah.
The grimoire books?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Holy
that's-
shit,
that's
that's
the
a
whole thing.
RuneScape.
Did you just say RuneScape?
Yeah, I don't want to hear it, because...
Another thing in this interaction that's important is not only does Lolo Petrica say that, but immediately after she says, although unfortunately, Julius seems to have lost the better part of his magic. So Lola Petrica says that and compares Yami to Julius. Mind you, this happens after hold on, no it didn't, but either way, Lola Petrica knows that the Julius she's talking about here is 13, 14 years old with one page in his grimoire, and yet still comparing him to Yami and saying that he wouldn't need that training, alright? So we've established both from Yami's own statements and Lola Petrica's statements that Julius should be above the Yami that was fighting Dante. This would mean that Julius had the reaction time to the speed of 60% Dante at least, which 60% Dante is 60 times faster than base Dante. Each percentage is another multiplier for the Dark Triad and their Devil Host powers. 60 times faster than base Dante, with base Dante being faster than Black Divider Asta. Black Divider Asta being faster than Dark Elf Patri, who dwarfs base Patri speed and power. Base Patry without Lucius' influence in Julius, and without Julius' concern of harming William's body, would have gotten absolutely perception blitz and one-shot it. So that's more into that point as well. But we have proof here that Julius should at the very least be above a Yami who is fighting Dante. And at this part where he's fighting Dante is after Yami splits Dimension Slash. Alright? So,
Gotcha.
back to what I was saying. Now that we have established that Julius is above Yami, with in particular his Death Thrust power, Julius is thus high universal at least with infinite speed, as Yami destroyed an infinite space in finite time, which requires infinite speed to do. And even I think it's something else here is crazy for Dorothy, is even she was able to react to and dodge that Dimension Slash.
Okay. So my rebuttal is going to be short, sweet, to the point. Like I said, I don't have panels on hand, especially for the Tournament of Power arc and prior, because the anime is canon and not the manga.
Can I can I go into one more point before?
Sure.
All right. So
Cherry on top.
sorry. So that was just for the speed. Now I want to kind of give an idea of Julius's power. All right. I know I said high universal because of him scowling above Yami, who had that universal feat, but let's go a little bit deeper into it. So during the Spade Raid arc, in particular, when the Ancient Demon was attacking the Clover Kingdom, and nothing could stop it, Dominatio actually says something. This magic is far too vast. I can't negate it completely. The only way to fight phenomenal magic is to strike back with magic that's equally phenomenal. With this, Julius ages his body 10 years ahead to 24 years old. Mind you, Julius's prime is 42, not 24, so this is not even full power prime Julius. With that, he puts a time capsule around the Ancient Demon, stopping his attack, which scales him to it. Now, I'm going to get into this and a little bit deeper as to why I believe that Julius may be stronger than base Lucius. Not Paladin Lucius, but base Lucius. So Julius's magic here in this instance is equal to at least the Spade Demon's magic. That same Spade Demon was strong enough to where Asta post-Libe contract and post-training with Nock cannot negate the spell with Black Form 2 Black Divider, and a much weaker pre-Libe contract / Nock training, stamina drained Asta without Black Divider was 80% Dante level, and this Julius isn't even close to Prime Julius. Prime Julius is 42 years old, and Julius here advances his age by 10 years, making him 24. Doesn't even use Monozone, which grants multipliers to power and speed. Base 24-year-old Julius here is surpassing 80% Dark Triad power. So Julius comparable arguably above base Lucius because Lucius is able to create his massive time orbs due to his absorption of Lucifero's power, yet 24-year-old base Julius can create time orbs relative and size and possibly larger. The Ancient Demon's hand should be at least build in size since the demon itself is the size of the Clover Kingdom capital, but likely even bigger, yet Julius's time orbs, mind you again, at 24, cover his hand and forearm completely. In the light novel, Prime Julius even has a feat where he covers an entire battlefield bigger than this in a chronostasis time bubble, which is greater than anything we've seen from base Lucius at that point when it comes to time orbs. Lucius does state himself stronger than Julius, but I personally interpret that as Paladin Lucius, as I was saying, as Asta states that, as Asta is winning the fight against base Lucius after he states, right here, right now, I'll surpass the Wizard King. Asta only loses after Lucius's Paladin form comes out. This puts Julius as one of the strongest in the verse, as even base Lucius is a menace. Base Lucius absorbed 100% of Lucifero's power and physical strength. He needed half of Lucifero's heart because he wasn't powerful enough to overcome Lucifero himself, but upon gaining half of Lucifero's power, invaded the underworld, bodied 50% Lucifero in base, and ate the other half of his heart, granting him 100% of Lucifero's power. So, a time spell from base Lucius packed Lucifero, then Lucius ate the rest of his heart, spent 15 months getting stronger, by invading the entirety of the underworld and likely stealing the power of every devil, as we know he even stole Beelzebub's spatial magic. So it's likely that base Lucius is several times stronger than 100% Lucifero, yet Julius is still arguably above that. People will argue that Lucifero was wounded here, but that doesn't matter because Lucifero himself states that it literally doesn't matter. Lucifero not having his full body doesn't matter, as he still had half of his magic power in that half form that he was in. It doesn't like negate the amount of magic he has, it's just half of his body, but it's still half of his power. As in, no, there's a whole nother side trail that a lot of Black Clover fans aren't really too privy of. A lot of them think that 100% Lucifero would body Lucius, which is just not true, but that's a whole different thing. So with all of this, though, this would mean that Prime Julius is far greater than 100% Lucifero. 100% Lucifero, and subsequently would be at that base Lucius level. So I've established both the high universal tier in AP/durability, etc. I've established some of the hacks, I've established the infinite speed, and I've established just inverse scaling to get him past where a lot of naysayers will say, like, oh, he doesn't even scale past the fucking elf arc, Zagrid would body him. Like, no, that's not the case. So, floor is your guys's. Like I said, I was going to come with the thesis.
So, Goku, prior to Tournament of Power arc, the Battle of the Universes arc, which was Universe 6 versus Universe, was able to go to Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, only intercept but counter hits time skip, which was a 1 second complete time bubble at that point. Fast forward, like I said, I'm going to make this short and sweet because I don't have DBS anime, what is the canon source, because it. Fast forward to the Tournament of Power. Goku's now able to move within hits time stop, and so is Jiren. Jiren, mind you, is actively moving within it. Goku has to struggle a little bit. That's Super Saiyan Blue Goku, no Kaioken. Now you add Kaioken, which is a times 20 multiplier, because he uses Kaioken times 20 to fight Jiren. He's still getting his shit rocked. Fast forward, Ultra Instinct, autonomous Ultra Instinct. Jiren is already stated to be stronger than a destroyer god. Now, different gods have different levels of power, Beerus being one of the strongest, but that's to say that he's at least strong. Destroyer god, which, honest, is a destroyer god. He can literally destroy anything. Belmod. Goku is now Master Ultra Instinct. He is bitching this dude. Bitching him. Then we take into consideration the manga. Because after this point, the manga becomes... Like I said, I don't have the panels. I didn't have any prep time on this. Not that I didn't have it, but I forgot we were doing it. And just completely didn't get any panels because work, Cyrus, everything. But fast forward to the Moro arc, where, and even the Gas arc and the Granola arc, Goku is just getting stronger and stronger. Now he's adding Super Saiyan 2 Ultra Instinct, and he's even stronger than that. Now Vegeta's got Ultra Ego, and he surpasses Goku's. And then, guess what happens? We all know Dragon Ball is the end up being the strongest in
Hold
arc.
on. Whatever.
Rephrase that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I said, we all know Dragon Ball is the Goku and Vegeta show. Always going to end up being the strongest in the... But Black Frieza shows up at the end of one of these arcs. One taps both of them in their strongest forms. These strongest forms are already exponentially stronger than their Tournament of Power counterpart that were capable of moving infinite speed and high universal levels of attack potency. Because, like I said, Jiren was stated stronger than a destroyer god, and Goku was stronger than him.
So would you be
Julius
able...
is not beating Goku.
Would you be able to show me something stating that the time is not moving within there?
I
Oh,
would I would have to find it.
I can
But
even
yeah,
second that.
during the universe 6 verse 7 arc, it's Hit literally explains that he is stopping time.
Yes, he stops time and allows him to skip it. Therefore, if it's being
He's
skipped, it
allowed
was
to
never
move
started.
within stop
Yes.
time, and
So
Goku
he can
figures out
move.
how to do it by using Kaioken.
And then somebody also gives Hit a very good observation point and observation point, and basically says something along the lines, and he comes back and actually can extend it and keep extending it. But
Yeah, he could only do 1
therefore,
second
he
at
is
first,
nulled
but
by
by tournament
Goku,
power, he could do 10
right?
seconds.
Because Goku literally learns it, and not only does he catch it, he learns it, then he moves through it and fucking rocks him through it.
And
Like
like I said,
in the
Jiren was
fight,
literally just casually walking. So Hit did this thing where
Hit
he
is
actually
fucking
stopped
scary.
Jiren's time. He stopped Jiren's time, and Jiren still went
You have to say
broken.
that one more time.
I have to say that one more time.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the Tournament of Power, Hit physically stopped Jiren's time specifically at one point after Skip wasn't working. Jiren still went and broke it like that.
Yeah.
And Goku's bitching this dude.
Right. Nah, I definitely see where you're scaling because I don't know manga. After the Tournament of Power, I'm literally at loss.
I haven't read it
So
end to end, but I've been keeping up
I've-
on leaks and everything because it's Dragon Ball. You don't need a whole lot.
I got some leaks. I know about Omen, kind of. I don't know what it pertains to. I won't look it up. Apparently, I know
Omen
of
is
Omen.
that first phase of Ultra Instinct we saw in the anime where he aura around him.
So
Okay, yeah, 'cause I
something
can't scale past that.
that would be
So Omen
unique.
is lesser Ultra Instinct.
Something that would be unique about Julius's time magic in particular is the mana zone is what would stop time, but even base Julius, no mana zone, we've established it can be scaled to high universal, and base Julius is who we're going off of for this infinite speed. His mana zone being added to it would definitely change things up a bit, but there's a difference in how his time manipulation works. One of which is conventional healing does not work within his time magic, and another thing is it basically negates durability. Another thing to keep in mind, the reason that it does negate durability is because he's not only capable of freezing time and stuff like that within his mana zone, but when he's fighting you, he is actively taking time from your lifespan and adding it to his own.
Okay, that changes the game a little bit.
That's why
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
still
play
not
all my
like an
cards at
all-say.
once.
It's not an all-saying slap in the face win, but it definitely is something
Nah,
that would
it
need to
definitely
be
changes.
taken into account. If Goku was fighting him, he would need to learn it during the fight before it happens, for sure. Because then it would just be a wear and tear point, which still bringing to us, yeah, Goku is strong enough to rumble with him, if not like not be
But
one
his
tap.
perfect Ultra Instinct is still, I mean, Christ, Broly is in his
I don't
debut
even know how many
still
times it's
stronger than
magnified.
Goku's perfect Ultra Instinct.
Right.
Like, because Broly's timeline takes place, I think, between the Moro and and then you've got Superhero, where Goku in Ultra Instinct is as strong as Gohan Beast, who is now bitching guys that would be on par with Broly. Like Gogeta and Broly physically created another dimension just by clashing fists. And now Goku's at that level.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, again, that's cool, but like we've already established, like Dorothy is able to create entire universes. So, but at the end of the day,
That is her
I do
determined.
think the speed and overall power is pretty relative, and the main difference here is Julius's hacks, because his
Yeah, his hacks,
time
I think
magic. His time magic as a whole is a lot more than just, oh, he can stop time, but if you're able to show that you've moved in something like that before, you win. It's a lot deeper
For
than
full
just
disclosure here, everyone, my only argument here is nowhere near one tapping. Not that Goku would win. I gotta defend my
Yeah,
rule,
and I
but
will
know
say, like I said, my argument is not that I think Julius would one shot, but I think that it's a fight that not enough
it's a
people
fight.
would give Julius his flowers for because of the Black Clover hate on the internet and the Dragon Ball glaze on the internet, just to be completely honest.
Dragon Ball is getting a lot of hate, to be honest. That's
Dragon
what
Ball
my
gets a
algorithm
lot
is.
more hate than you realize, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, Dragon Ball is nonstop toxified. Like I don't like watching
So
or reading anything from
and
Dragon
I
Ball
mean
anymore.
any series is going to have that, but I'm talking strictly from a power scale perspective. Dragon Ball is glazed to shit, and Black Clover is shit on to shit by the broader
The
anime community.
Opposite of the Dragon Ball
Gotcha.
statement is also true, though. The
I
Dragon
f- I-
Ball power scaling does get
It's been
shit.
more recent. Like it's always was a thing, but like it's like
No, I
people are
don't-
really at each other's necks.
Tom, I
now.
don't mean the scale in itself gets bad or that it's shit. I mean people massively
No, I mean it
sleep
gets
on.
shit on by other people, like what you were saying.
Yeah, but a lot of it is like people using multiversal Naruto arguments and shit. Like it's not actually grounded in reality.
Okay, fair. Because I wasn't gonna say like people are saying, "Oh yeah, this." True, but like,
But it's just like
I was just making
the
the point,
meme. The meme is literally, but can he beat Goku? That's the meme in Power Scaling. But can he beat Goku?
it is.
And when it comes to Black Clover, even despite early in the series, in the first 60 chapters, there being multiple light speed and light speed plus statements and feats,
Yeah.
people still will say, "Oh,
People still
not even
shit
lightning
on
speed."
Black Clover
People will try to
still. It is
use, yeah,
crazy.
yeah. But that's
Like, I
basically
mean,
what my
we're-
point is with that.
Like we've scaled Asta to what? I think you once said 15 quintillion times speed of light.
Yeah, I mean, being realistic with what I just did for Julius, Asta's stronger. Current Asta
Yeah.
is way stronger.
Yeah.
But you know
And
what's
way
faster?
faster.
You know what's faster than quintillions though? The word instant followed
Oh,
by transmission.
He's
Oh,
right.
so
He's
that's
got
the
a
thing.
good point there.
The
Instant
thing
transmission
is,
does not
instant
have a
transmission.
speed. It is literally instantaneous.
not a
It
continuous
still
thing.
it still requires Goku's reaction speed.
It does.
The ability
It does.
itself is
That's all.
instantaneous, but it still requires reaction speed.
Right.
True.
Right.
And that's
There's
important.
a gap. It's a pro and a con gap. but
It's like,
it
I'm
does
not going to
fall
say
where
the
he can
ability's
rank.
name, but something that will be seen later on in Naruto. It's a very similar concept.
right.
The ability
But,
itself is instantaneous, but it still requires reaction speed.
That's
Right,
what
and
people
that's on
don't
both
understand
sides.
about that jutsu, bro, and it pisses me the fuck off. Oh,
Well,
he's
that's on
so
both
easy.
sides,
Ruben,
too.
no, he's not. Like,
Well, the required thought part is on both sides too. You know, it just depends how fast are
So
they.
another
down to
thing
the
I will say
neuromatical
about the
injury.
required thought is Julius, when he's in combat, his mind is focused on reading the mana around him to see into the future. So he's seeing minutes and minutes ahead just by his mindset when he's in battle.
yeah,
So, like, yes, he would still have thought, but to an extent, he also has foresight slash seeing the future, basically. Like,
See, like I hate to count those hacks because that's just like
well, hacks are hacks.
reading the future is like kind of cheese
I mean,
Goku can read minds.
compared to any fucking thing. That's like cheese. I mean, but Goku's also a being that resonates on frequency, so it's not really that far off from me even saying that I could do it in real life just by telepathy.
but at the same time, mana, especially as the Wizard King, mana connects all of
Right.
the beings within that verse, and being the Wizard King,
Magic's
he is
different.
connected with all of the citizens there as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Magic's completely different because this is a whole nother like.
And I will
soul-like
say too, I will
essence
say,
added.
Ki does exist in Black Clover, and Yami,
Not
who
in the same way. it
not in the
does
same
Dragon
exact
Ball.
way, but Yami, who we've already established Julius is over, is the main proprietor of Ki in Black Clover.
Yeah, he's a mad expert with it.
And while it is somewhat different, it's the concept itself is basically the same. Life energy.
I'd argue key in Black Clover is more akin to key points in D&D, honestly.
As you're using it, like you're reading their movements with it. You're using it to predict what's going to happen. By reading your enemy's key, and that's why Asta, as soon as Yami says something to him about it.
You're right.
But
like I had that in my mind, but like I was thinking on it too hard, actually.
The only thing when it comes down to it scientifically, and more so realistically,
Keep breaking out the chemistry.
Julius has it only because if it is done down by speed, like it was almost a part of him, like down to the neurons, down to his very atoms, his DNA, his blood cells. That means his whole entire body is wired to go fast. Thoughts are wired to send and transmit faster than a human slash demigod-like character as if Goku. He has to work for it. He has to see it. He has to gain tunnel vision. He has to gain. So I do kind of give it to Julius. It sucks when you talk hacks because they're so A to Z. It's almost like throwing out the alphabet and we're just adding numbers in at this point now.
So, Shane, on the topic of hacks, I'll actually give you an example of another Black Clover character. Gojo's Infinity gets completely negged by the very dimension slash from the character Yami that I was talking about.
Well, yeah, everything has a pro to a con. I mean, I could easily see that coming. You know, like there's got to be something to something that's going to take that out. I honestly don't even think it would be that hard. It's just a matter of figuring it out, being powerful enough, and having circumstantial advantage.
Yeah, including circumstances into the situation. There's enough a character in just about any series that can counter just about, not just, but any particular thing from just about any other.
It sucks how much Goku does.
I'm sure
through.
Astro Boy's got some crazy feats, but
like it does suck. I just feel like Dragon Ball needs more outer beings to really scale the fucking show up, like to where
they need
it's glazed.
to prioritize the GODs.
That's what I'm saying.
And really show us.
They need to bring in the heat,
instead of just giving
like
us
the fucking actual heat.
Arc,
right. If you think about it, bro, this is the only anime out there that we don't know what the tops fucking do. And it's stupid. It pisses me off.
And we know exactly who the tops are. Like,
and look, I mean, we're already having the under the tops as if Goku, Vegeta, these through animes as top tier comparisons, but like we don't know what the gods or Whis or fucking the Father of all angels does, or even what's beyond that. Right? There's always something. There's always a what if. And honestly, like, I mean, there's all these fan animations of fucking what's his name? The little two guys that fucking form with Goku and form this fucking omnipotent being. Like, I don't even know anymore. But like, it's just fucking show the power so we can give A to Z. We can go all the way back to fucking Raditz's weak ass. And then we can go all the way up to the fucking Father of Angels and very much scale it.
That's you and me would have a conniption scaling.
So,
well, I'm saying just for the community's sake. I mean, fuck. At the point, the glaze and the hate's got to go.
That's a big part of why. So obviously, I love Black Clover as a whole, but with Black Clover power scaling is both the feats and the statements are so blatant and obvious throughout the series, whether it's the manga, the anime canon, the movie, which is also canon, the guidebooks, which are canon, the light novels, which are canon. It's all very clearly stated, and something like Naruto or One Piece has its moments where it also has those blatant statements and feats that are like pretty easily to deduce what this scales at, but they don't.
A lot more reading comprehension based.
That, and there's a lot less of those. Like Black Clover is very straightforward with how fast something was, or being able to, oh, this guy is bitching this guy who was bitching this guy, and he's not only bitching him, but he's shading on, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, Tabata's good like that.
Well, this is also a reason I will always forever scale Goku to go farther, because like there hasn't been everything like
Yeah,
he
Goku's
could have a
literally
better master or teacher out there. Like there could be so many fucking things that could just go sideways. Like Goku's the type of dude you show something to and he's got it down in a week. I mean, he's basically doing what Naruto's doing at this point.
I will say though, on that
Like he
note,
could even adapt.
so it's funny you say that, because I didn't think about it when you had said it, but I think the adaptability point is like one of the biggest cheese things to bring up when it comes to arguments. Like time hacks are one thing, but so
No,
many
bro, that's
people,
all
the
brain power, bro.
adaptability is real, but so many people use it as like this end all be all. Like, oh no, Goku's just going to
Yeah, but
adapt.
that's a
Like the
Kakashi
other
situation
people
now.
can't adapt themselves and haven't shown instances of adaptation. Like it's like, oh, Goku
that's
can
also
adapt, but this character can't,
right.
even though they can.
Well, that's just saying that Kakashi is a big cheese then too, because he can copy.
Kakashi's literally got the
I mean, we could say the
vitalization
same
and
thing,
the
but that is
verticalization
a
down
level
to
of
everything.
adaptation to where it's just like not human. Like it's almost like a fucking supernatural power for
So
these guys.
Kakashi's a little bit different because not being a natural
yeah, it's true,
Uchiha,
too.
not being
Right.
no, not even that, just not being a natural Uchiha, it's kind of hard to say that he's cheesing with anything because of the toll that that takes on his body and chakra.
Right.
There's
Not only
a
that, but,
very
he
clear
copied all
balance with that.
Jutsu. He can still use them at will, with or without the Sharingan.
I was just saying, there's just so much more still growing room. I just feel like a lot of these animes are hitting peaks to where it's just like they're getting very strong, but it's not going to be like we're going to take its standpoint now and times it by another 100. Now fuck everything. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I feel like Dragon Ball still needs to catch up. Hunter x Hunter still needs to fuck catch up. They don't even touch Dragon Ball. Sorry.
No,
Fucking
nowhere near.
like there's so many things that still need development, but like if we're gonna talk about the grandfather of all anime, which is fucking Dragon Ball, like they need to
Saiyan
just
Saga
finish it
Gohan
at this
is
point.
freaking gone.
Drop Super 3 and we'll call it a day. You know, you give the gods play, we get more backstory, leave out all the shit we already rehashed, fucking just give new fresh content, even if it is already being made. I think it's gonna be made. If they're building a fucking like amusement park, it would only make money to fund continuing more wishes of the fans of Toriyama, because that's his biggest dream. Was it just to achieve this? Yeah. So, but all in all, you know, Goku's not going to be omnipotent to everything. No character in any anime is completely fucking untouchable. Don't
Unless
care.
we're talking about Fate.
Is Fate like? Are we talking about a real person here?
Fate power scaling. Fate's a series with multiple parts, games, etc.
Fate is tough to
Fate
figure out.
power scaling, like you can
No,
literally get shit
the...
like 11, 12, 13D type shit.
No, I'm talking like, are we talking the vicinity of Fate, or
no? Like Fate is a series. Fate
person?
is a series. That's what I said. Fate is it's a series like with a few different anime, games, etc. It's a series. It's an anime/manga.
Huh. Well, they always say that nothing's more powerful than Fate. Fate is decider of all. So that's beyond hacks.
But no, that's just the name of the series though. It has nothing to do. But don't get me wrong. There's hacks. Like I said, like you can get characters in there too. Like I've seen people scout the main character to fucking 12D before, bro. Like, and it makes sense. It genuinely makes sense.
Right.
But shit, I believe that's the end of that debate there.
Yeah, that's a good place, yeah. And then by next week, we will definitely be capable of wrapping up. We could be able to hit those last 5 of that list.
Yeah, I just realized we didn't even hit the 5 on the list that we were gonna hit.
But dude, we had a great conversation.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Nah, this will just be a time thing. It's not rush the list. You know
Oh,
what I
hell
mean?
yeah.
It just makes it
Exactly.
more of what could come from. You know, there's
The
never they
natural
talk
flow
too
of the
much or
conversation
less.
is important to me. So
I mean, it's the pod.
Hell yeah.
Exactly.
We're talking it all the fuck out. I still have a lot of uncharted business in Goku's territory, but
Uncharted, Nathan Drake,
oh, you remember
Tom
that game? That was
Holland?
a good one.
dude,
Tom?
that movie was not as bad as people made it out.
I haven't seen it, so I can't speak either
I
way.
haven't seen it neither.
It was okay. It wasn't the greatest movie, but it was pretty good as far as video game adaptation.
All right. With that, actually, the topic of video games, Animafia, one thing I want to say before we go is in these next few episodes, can't say exactly which one, as we got to, do some research, get our notes together, la 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 da. We want to do a segment where we focus on anime video games and the history of them. So we'd essentially start from the very first anime video game, and then from there follow the evolution of mainly important entries into series, and kind of just give brief history slash synopsis of anime video games and their impact. Obviously, we're not going to cover every single anime game in existence, but I do think the very first one is a good starting point, and then to go from there with the influential and impactful ones that since have come. So yeah, I'm happy Tom brought up the video game adaptations because that's something that I'm definitely looking forward to. I think it's a very fun topic. Other than that, though, I don't really have anything else to say other than thank you all for tuning into Animonium. You guys have anything?
I was gonna say that I have a few ideas up and coming. We're gonna be talking about them right after the pod, but I would like to add them. Stay tuned in the future. We'll probably make prioritized goals, but I would like to do giveaway. Just from the expansion, grand opening, and just the congratulations of finally getting a long thought out idea into the works.
God, I still can't believe Phobic and I conceptualized this over 2 years ago. It doesn't feel.
Yeah, it is crazy. The cover art, the profile picture, the banner that you see for
God, it's been
Animonium,
around for a year and a
that was
half,
made
like,
that was made in June 2023.
2
We
years.
didn't have episode 1 until August 19th, but like with all good things in life, better late than never. Everything happens for a reason, and
Absolutely.
honestly, I think it's a lot better that Animonium happened when it did, because if it had happened then, I still think it would have been good, and who knows, maybe at this point it would have been
There would
a
have been a
million
lot more
times greater.
interference back
But
then, if you know what I mean.
yeah, but on top of that, I think that the time we got into this now, between all of our combined experience streaming, creating content, etc., as well as how much more technologically savvy I am with OBS and shit like this in general as compared to then, now was the best time, 100%. Dub, thank you for hanging out with us. Appreciate the support. Everyone else who tuned in for the live broadcast of Animonium, whether it be on YouTube or Twitch, appreciate y'all hanging out, and we can't wait to see you guys next week.
Of
Later.
course, like Dan said, everything happens for a reason. Stay safe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.